Today, we're diving into the time machine to explore how Killer Instinct took the 90s fighting game scene by storm. This iconic game, developed by Rare and published by Midway and Nintendo, wasn't just another entry in the crowded world of fighters. It dominated the era in a way that was truly unique. From its revolutionary combo system to its unforgettable characters, Killer Instinct left an indelible mark on gaming history. So, let's go back to the 90s and find out just how this game became an unstoppable force in the world of fighting games. Without further ado, let me welcome you to the Cypunk feed. Transporting ourselves back to 1994, Killer Instinct was nothing short of a trailblazing force in the world of fighting games. Picture this. It was the era of dimly lit, smoke-filled arcades, and in the midst of it all, Killer Instinct erupted as what could only be described as a next-gen 2D fighting game. But what made it truly stand out in the crowded mid-90s arcade scene? Well, it was the dazzling marriage of 3D-like, digitized graphics and an innovative camera system that brought intricately crafted 3D backgrounds to life. Now, let's talk about the heart and soul of the game, its gameplay engine. Killer Instinct redefined the art of combos, unleashing the most jaw-dropping, seemingly endless chain reactions ever seen in a fighting game. It took a page from the book of classics like Mortal Kombat, incorporating fatalities, stage fatalities, and even the comical humiliations. But the piece de resistance was the Ultra Combo, a symphony of violence that could span a staggering 40 to 50 hits, or an eye-popping 100+ if you happen to master infinites. What set Killer Instinct apart was its unique ability to let players unleash their pent-up fury, punishing their opponents like no other game of its time. When Killer Instinct burst onto the scene, there were skeptics who dismissed it as just another fighting game clone. Some of its characters, at first glance, did bear similarities to existing, wildly popular counterparts. Beneath the surface, a world of unique and captivating characters unveiled itself, each with their own distinct flavor and fighting style. Sure, you had your unique characters with their distinct play styles and special moves, but what truly set Killer Instinct apart was the plethora of ways each character could finish their fights. We're talking about no mercy moves that added layers of individuality and distinction to each combatant. Each character had their own unique combo style, and finishing off an opponent with a personalized ultra combo wasn't just about winning, it was about self-expression and putting on a show that left the audience awestruck. Here's a fun little nugget of gaming history. Killer Instinct wasn't just a head-turner, it was an ear-grabber too. Those clever developers had a trick up their sleeves that turned heads and ears in arcades all around. They cranked the volume up to 11, making the game extra loud, particularly during those jaw-dropping ultra combo sequences and the spine-tingling intro. And get this, it wasn't just a happy accident. That was all part of the plan. It was designed to make a statement, and a loud one at that. This ingenious move wasn't just about what you saw on screen, it was about creating an immersive experience that hit you from all angles, keeping you not just visually engaged, but audibly electrified. Let's talk about a game changer within a game changer. Killer Instinct brought something to the fighting game genre that was as revolutionary as it was pulse-pounding. We're talking about combo breakers, a move that changed the way players thought about being stuck in an unrelenting combo. No longer were you just a punching bag for your opponent's fury. Killer Instinct gave you the power to break free. Performing a combo breaker was not just satisfying, it was downright exhilarating. Here's the thing, combo breakers, as cool as they were, also had a bit of a mischievous side. You see, the sheer joy of performing a combo breaker led to a fascinating phenomenon. Players, in their quest for salvation, resorted to a bit of button mashing and wild directional pad flailing in almost any direction, and guess what? It actually worked quite well. In fact, it worked so well that it probably caused about 75% of all Killer Instinct cabinets to need some serious repairs. But you know what? It was all worth it for the sheer joy of breaking out of those jaw-dropping combos and turning the tables in your favor. Killer Instinct didn't stop at redefining combos and introducing combo breakers. It shook up the very structure of fighting games. Imagine this, instead of the traditional 2-round setup, Killer Instinct threw a curveball with a double health meter. Each fighter began the battle with not 1, but 2 bars of energy. This twist added a whole new dimension to the fight. When a fighter lost that first bar, a brief pause occurred, and then the brawl continued. The pace between rounds was unlike anything seen before, making it a whirlwind of excitement. It wasn't just about surviving one round and then catching your breath, it was about maintaining the momentum, keeping the crowd on their toes, and ensuring your quarter was at the ready for the next round. But that's not all. After a knockout, a defeated player had a glimmer of hope, a chance to revive themselves if the winner failed to land a finisher within the allotted time. It was a tantalizing opportunity for the underdog to rise from the ashes and stage a dramatic comeback. Now, here's where it got both mean and hilariously funny. Some players, brimming with confidence, would toy with their defeated opponents, allowing them to stand up and fight again after a knockout, only to send them crashing back to the canvas. It was a ruthless yet strangely entertaining move that left everyone watching in stitches. The SNES port of Killer Instinct was a valiant attempt at bringing the arcade sensation into the living room, but let's be real, it couldn't quite match the awe-inspiring grandeur of the original. Sure, it was decent for a console port at the time, but it had to make some significant sacrifices in terms of graphics, sound, and gameplay. One of the most noticeable downgrades was in the visual department. The SNES version lacked many of the eye-popping graphical effects that had made the arcade version such a spectacle. Say goodbye to those fully animated, downright badass FMV character intros and victory sequences. Those were simply MIA on the SNES. And let's not forget those panned-back stages in the arcade version, where fighters could engage in epic projectile wars from a considerable distance. These, too, were casualties of the translation to the SNES. If that's not enough, the SNES port had to make do with significantly smaller character sprites that just didn't have the same screen-filling presence as their arcade counterparts. It's like comparing a firecracker to a fireworks show. Both are fun, but one is undeniably more explosive. In essence, there's no beating around the bush. The arcade version of Killer Instinct was a masterpiece. Each arcade cabinet even boasted a highest combo record for each character, and that, my friends, was a source of true bragging rights. I can't help but reminisce about those arcade warriors who spent entire days battling to break their own combo records and claim that top spot. And unforgettable memories etched in the history of gaming. Let's not forget one of the unsung heroes of Killer Instinct, its earth-shattering soundtrack. This isn't just any old collection of tunes. It's one of the hardest-hitting soundtracks in the history of fighting games. Imagine dark, heavy metal, guitar-driven background music that perfectly complements each stage and character's personality. It's like each beat is a battle cry, setting the stage for epic clashes. And then there's the iconic announcer, delivering the legendary Combo Breaker, with a burst of energy that's enough to rev up even the sleepiest player. It's these little details that set Killer Instinct apart. The way the announcer belts out each character's name with dramatic flair isn't just a routine introduction. It's a statement, a declaration that you've chosen the right character, and you're ready for a showdown. It's like the hype meter cranked up to 11, rivaled only by the epic announcer of Samurai Shodown 2, and trust me, that's saying a lot. But here's a fun fact that sets Killer Instinct apart even more. It's the no mercy moves. Similar to Mortal Kombat's fatalities, Killer Instinct had these unique finishing moves. What made them stand out was the fact that every character on the receiving end of a no mercy had a special animation designed just for them, tailored to their character. This was groundbreaking stuff, as it added a layer of personalization and uniqueness to every finishing move. Most fighting games of the time didn't bother with such individualized animations, but Killer Instinct was the pioneer in this aspect, making every victory that much more special. These were the little touches, among many others, that made Killer Instinct shine and ensured that fans kept coming back for more. Thanks for joining us on this nostalgic trip through the gaming annals of Killer Instinct. From its revolutionary combo system and iconic ultra combos to the adrenaline-pumping combo breakers, this game was an absolute powerhouse in the 90s fighting game scene. Its mind-blowing soundtrack, unforgettable announcer, and unique no-mercy moves set it apart from the crowd. Killer Instinct wasn't just a game. It was an experience, a memory etched into the hearts of gamers. We hope you enjoyed this journey down memory lane. If you want more gaming history and nostalgia, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit that notification bell to stay tuned for more exciting content. Until next time, keep those combos coming, and as always, don't forget to unleash those ultra combos.